Blow it up. Fire in the hole. Oh, yeah, I think that did some damage. Yeah. Now we're talking. All right, I'm at the last stop for the day. It's about 7 o'clock. I was up at 3:30 to drive down here and got some sampling done. I'm starting to get pretty tired, but this one may look familiar. We've been here a couple times before. Well, more than a couple times for me, but with the video. So I have another plan today to kind of get some low-hanging fruit, get a bigger sample, because I haven't got a bigger sample to really run through the mill to see how good it is, if it's worth continuing. So we will go inside and show you what I got planned. All right, well, let's go check it out. No new collapses or anything. It's pretty much the same as last time, so that's good. I've been in once kind of earlier, but I forgot the camera, so here's the hole. Looks like it just recently dried out of water. So let me see if this light will work. I'm gonna direct my light in the hole. So anyway, you can see the vein comes up right there. So my plan is to drill in and knock off a bunch of chunks on that right side of the vein of the greenstone country rock there, so I can just easily knock a good chunk of that vein out, get a good size sample right down through there. So that's the plan. We're going to get started on that tomorrow. We get back to camp, shower up, and get ready for tomorrow. Over and out. What's up, everybody? It's day 2 back at the mine. Gonna get some work done. I'm refreshed, got plenty of sleep, some bacon and eggs for breakfast. And I noticed last night when I was in there, someone left a business card, Lost World Crew. I checked out his YouTube channel this morning. He did a video checking out my mine here, so pretty cool video. Check him out. Anyway, let's get going in there, get some work done. Okay, I'm down in the hole. You can see the vein here, right through here. So I'm going to try to knock off a chunk of some of this through here, deep enough that we can knock a good chunk of the vein off there for a decent sized sample. Looks like the vein's probably thickest actually right in here, so that's probably a good area to get a nice sample out of. So I think I'm gonna move my ladder around, get a drill up there, head there, space 4 out in here. It's a pretty good separation between the vein and the country rock hanging wall there, so it should separate pretty easy. So I will get set up, start drilling. All right, I think I might do a single test round to see what happens with this. There's this big kind of chunk here that sticks out beyond everything down here. So I think I might try to see if I can knock a big chunk of that off first and then try to do a couple of shots. We'll see what happens. I'll get my Sierra Blaster, just a single head down in here, and get her going. Head set, and hopefully it doesn't misfire. Sometimes it was kind of snug pushing in there. Sometimes that means the wire is getting damaged. So we'll see. I got a light on it here. So when I hit the trigger, the generator, these other lights will probably dim. So I will go back there and let's fire it. Fire in the hole. She fired. Let's go check it out. Well, fired. I see a big old crack on there, so let's see. Oh, I guess some chunks fell out. Maybe get my bar and knock a few chunks off. Okay, well, you can see that head there. The end of it was probably about right in there where it knocked this rock out, but all this stuff looks pretty loose now. I bet you I can get my bar and just pop it right loose. So first let's get that head pulled out. All right, let's see how easy this comes off. Yeah, that's pretty loose. Okay, I had a little camera error there. I don't know when it shut off. Anyway, now we got this pretty flat spot beside the vein here. So I think now I can drill a couple heads in to knock a chunk off, and then we can knock a chunk of that vein off. So I'll probably get my bar, knock off a little more loose stuff if I can to make it a little easier. This stuff up here, there's a few loose rocks. I don't want them falling and damaging the blast head. So yeah, I'll get set up and drill a couple more heads in and show you when we're ready to blast. Now she's ready to go. Thought so. There we go. Yeah. Now we're talking. Now I got plenty of room for these blast heads. Knock through. Okay, I got them all set. Got them tethered off nice and snug, so hopefully they don't get damaged. And I'm gonna go flip the switch. All right, well, looks like there's a good crack. Let's get down in the hole and look at it. All right, so it kind of knocked a bunch of pieces off. Not quite as well as I'd hoped. I don't see any specific crack down the line. I think this rock is just so fractured up that it's probably losing pressure out other cracks, but hopefully, looks like it's cracked up pretty good. Maybe I can use my bar, knock a bunch of chunks off. So let's get this camera set up, put my bar, see if they can get these heads out of there first and see if I can knock a bunch of that off. Got some loose pieces of the edge of the vein, the footwall here. There we go. Nice chunk. Piece fell in right there. That was a nice little piece. Shot definitely fractured stuff up, but you can see the stuff's just so fractured up, it's just losing pressure in all the cracks, not breaking it up quite as well as I would like. But I think I'll still be able to knock a bunch off and maybe do another round into maybe some more solid rock. So let me work on this a bit more. All right, I decided to just do one head, try to knock that chunk off down there. So let's go fire that baby off. One shot. Well, let's go check it out. All right, well, doesn't look like much. Let's get down in there and check it out. I don't think that one did much of anything. I didn't use a booster because I would have had to drill too deep. So I think what I'm going to do is go get my big corded roto slash jackhammer. I bet you, as fractured as this stuff is, I bet you I can just knock a bunch of this off. So I'm gonna run and grab that and try it again. Okay, so first I tried my little cordless roto hammer, just didn't quite have enough juice, so hopefully the little extension cord I got running back in here will power my big one here. Barely. So, I'm getting low on camera battery for now. I'll shut this off, get this chipped out, and then turn it back on. Okay, so it worked pretty good. We got this whole section knocked out with that big jackhammer, so got some chunks here that are coming off that we'll take. Woo! Almost got me. So I think what I'm going to do now, we'll see, I don't know. I'm going to try drilling a shot in from the top, seeing if I can knock this vein out from there. I'll probably do like a double booster charge. See if it'll just split a chunk of vein out. I'm getting a little low on time at this claim. Still got a few more stops, so let's get it drilled and load it up, video the shot. Go fire this thing, see if it works. All right, hopefully it works. Sounded pretty good, let's go check it out. Hopefully it works. Well, I don't see anything blown out, but hopefully it cracked it enough that we can bust it out. So let's check it out. All right, let's see my jackhammer. I got a battery light, so we won't lose light. Let's see if this will knock it loose. Looks like there's a crack there, so I'm going to go down below, see what I can do. Bring that. Bring that. Let's see how this works. Actually, I've already got like 4 buckets full. I don't really need too much more, but big chunk here. Yeah. Actually, probably going to be about enough. Let's just knock this lid off. Call it a sample. And, yeah, here, let's look at this stuff closer. You can see I Like that vein there, that's like almost solid sulfide right through here. A lot of galena in this stuff. Some of those chunks I knocked out are really good looking stuff. So anyway, yeah, let's get her loaded up, get on to the next one. I got one more bucket worth down there. So right down there, we'll go get another bucket, fill it up, get on out of here. Load it down, taking her in one trip. Okay, so that's a wrap for mine number 4. Pretty excited to mill up that sample, some good looking stuff. I'll get that out here pretty soon, the result. And on to mine number 5. Pretty interesting little mine. I had to dig open the entrance a little bit to be able to crawl in and get a sample. So I'll get that one out pretty soon. Stay tuned and thanks for watching. Till next time.